So, remember, I said to you that for New Year's Day, it's the best day of the year for me. That's the day that I like to do something very, very special. New Year's Eve, the night before, many people go to parties in Australia, but not me. I like to go to bed early. So, today I wake up fresh and ready and full of energy to do something nice. And I like to be somewhere nice. Let me show you where I am this New Year's Eve. Does that help? I don't think so. Let me show you. Let me tell you about my first night in the van. I would like to tell you that it was the best night's sleep I've ever had in my life. That I was relaxed, listening to the sounds of the rainforest around me, and truly just enjoying myself. But the honest truth is, it was terrifying. I'm here at a little campground. It's a free campground, and there are 6 other spaces in this campground that you can camp at. When I went to bed last night, there were 3 other campers in this campground with me. And as the sun set, it was getting darker, I started to think, wow, people are really quiet. And then it became dark and I was just about to turn my lights on, and I looked over and nobody else had their lights on. And then I realized they had left. Their cars and their vans were here, but they had left. And I was alone in this remote campground. That is when every single horror movie I've ever watched started going through my mind. I was terrified. I kept hearing things walking around outside. I kept imagining zombies and monsters coming to get me from the rainforest. At about 9 o'clock, I got some neighbours, some backpackers. They drove in and they camped beside me. And I can tell you, I was so relaxed after that. I felt comfortable that there were other human beings. But as they stayed, I started to realize they were so quiet. And this got me interested. So I spent the next hour spying on them through the windows, thinking, why aren't you talking to each other? Why aren't you cooking? Why can't I hear you? And then every single nightmare I've ever had, or every single horror movie I've ever watched, again started going through my mind. I don't know what time I fell asleep last night, but I woke up at about 7 o'clock this morning, which is a very late lie-in for me. And it's still quiet. My neighbours are all still here. Nobody's left. And again, nobody's moving. I don't know what's going on. I feel like today there might be more spying. Another issue that I had last night, and really it wasn't last night so much, it's what happened during the day. So during the day, I was bitten by march flies. Now, I want to show you what a march fly is, and then I want to show you what happens to me several hours after I've been bitten by a march fly. Let me see if I can show you some dead march flies. In fact, if I showed you the floor of my van, you would see many dead march flies. I kill them, and then I leave their bodies where other march flies can see them. It's like a warning system. Don't come here because this is what happens to you. They are a cross between a mosquito and a normal fly. They are strong. That one? They are strong. So you can hit them with your hand once and they pretend that they're dead. They fall to the ground and then they fly off. So you have to hit them a minimum of 2 times, sometimes 3 times. Now, these march flies aren't so much a problem because they're slow. Mosquitoes are fast, so it's sometimes difficult to kill them, but march flies are slow. So it's easy to catch them and kill them. The problem is, last night, after being bitten all day, certain parts of my body became really itchy. And then they come up in these big red welts. It's summertime here and it is hot and it is humid. So you can imagine, as I was lying in bed last night, certain parts of my body became itchy. They were so itchy. And I know you shouldn't scratch. Everybody knows that. But it was so itchy. So this morning I've woken up with all of these welts all over my body. And they're still itchy. So I have a product. My mum always tells me about this product. See if I can find it. Here it is. Stingos. So you put this on your bites and they're no longer itchy. So if you have any bites from insects or bees or march flies, buy some of this. It's cheap. You can get it from Woolworths. So I will be putting this all over myself as well as sunscreen today. Another issue I had last night was, for some strange reason, I needed to go to the toilet twice. This never happens to me when I'm living in my house. But here, in the wilderness, I needed to go to the toilet. Now, my van has many things, but it does not have a toilet, which means that if I want to go to the toilet at nighttime, I have to leave the safety of my van. And while the toilets are not far away, let me see if I can show you. There's the toilets. It's a 2-minute walk. But I can tell you, I was not leaving this van, the safety of this van. I thought if I went outside, I was definitely going to be attacked by an animal or a zombie. So I had to improvise. And maybe this is too much information for you, but I had to find a plastic container. It was not pretty. It was not my finest moment, but I survived.